The latest, Independent puts $650,000 into Kansas governor bid Topeka, Kansas. AP, the latest on fundraising in the Kansas governor's race. All times local, 4:45 p.m. A businessman running for Kansas governor as an independent has donated $650,000 of his own funds to his campaign. Greg Orman's contributions allowed his campaign to raise $1.3 million in cash. A Republican candidate, Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach, made similar moves by borrowing heavily from his businessman running mate. Orman has yet to submit the petitions with the required signatures from 5,000 registered voters, but it has already started running television ads. The Kansas City area businessman made national headlines in 2014 by running as an independent for the U.S. Senate. On the Republican side, Kobach has raised $1.7 million, which includes more than $1.5 million in loans from his running mate, Wichita businessman Wink Hartman. Kobach is challenging Republican Gov. Jeff Colyer, who has raised $834,000 since the beginning of the year. The primary is August 7___3:20 p.m. A veteran Kansas lawmaker has raised significantly more in cash contributions this year than her two major rivals in the Democratic primary for governor. But Republicans still lead in raising money, thanks in large part to the running mate of Kansas Secretary of State Chris Kobach. Campaign finance records show that, in the Democratic race, Senator Laura Kelly of Topeka raised almost $573,000 in cash contributions from January 1 through Thursday. Former Kansas Agriculture Commissioner Joshua Swady raised $213,000, and former Wichita Mayor Carl Brewer took in about $31,000 and loaned his campaign another $50,000. On the Republican side, Kobach has raised $1.7 million, which includes more than $1.5 million in loans from his running mate, Wichita businessman Wink Hartman. Kobach is challenging Gov. Jeff Colyer, who has raised $834,000 since the beginning of the year. The primary is August 7___9:05 a.m. Conservative hardliner Chris Kobach is relying on his running mate to finance his campaign to unseat Kansas Governor Jeff Colyer in the state's Republican primary. Campaign finance reports available online Tuesday show that Kobach's choice for lieutenant governor, Wichita businessman Wink Hartman, has loaned their campaign more than $1.5 million since April. The loans gave Kobach a significant fundraising advantage over Colyer through last week. They account for the bulk of the $1.7 million Kobach's campaign has raised since the year started. Kobach is the Kansas Secretary of State and a sometime advisor to President Donald Trump. He's had fundraisers with Donald Trump Jr. and conservative gun rights rock musician Ted Nugent. Collier's campaign has relied on donors for funds and raised more than $834,000 since the start of the year. Copyright 2018 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, written or redistributed.